Murtz Jaffer here with Dane, the latest winner of Big Brother Canada. Dane, how does it feel?
Oh man, it's surreal. It's a dream come true. I've been a fan of the show since 20 years ago, and I could never imagine myself winning this show.
Now, tell me about that decision to take Anthony, because I got to tell you, I was sitting in the audience and I was like, what is he thinking? What went into that decision?
Me and Anthony go back since day two. We made a final two deal, a ride or die alliance, and I knew bringing Anthony might cost me the $100,000 and the title of winner. But I didn't want nothing given to me. I wanted to earn everything, and I really, truly believe I played the best game this season, and I wanted to be loyal to my one and only Anthony.
Now, then the obvious question is, if loyalty is so important to you, then what happened in the case of Adam?
Yeah.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
No, I understand. There can only be two people in the final. And me and Anthony we set out a goal day two. Me and Adam became very close as soon as Sam left. As soon as Sam left, he kind of attached himself to me. I love him to death. But if he was in the final three, I don't think I'd be sitting in the final two or winner. So I knew I had to get rid of him at final four.
Now, before you you didn't vote to evict him, Anthony did, but when you sort of knew the writing was on the wall for Adam, you were still hyping him up after you won. You kept calling it the Adam and Dane show, the Adam and Dane show. Were you afraid that hyping him up and then sort of like not saving him was going to hurt you in the jury with him?
Yeah, absolutely. I always thought about the jury process. However, you got to make it to the final two. So, I didn't want him to even think that there was a chance of him going home. Me and Anthony did a very good job by finessing him. Like I said, it really did break my heart. He's a big fan of the show, and he is my brother. And seeing him upset really made me upset. But again, I didn't come here to come second or third. I came here to win, and that was one of the moves I had to make.
One of the most interesting dynamics in the house was you and Kiki. I mean, you were like best friends with Esty. She calls you out, and yet you still managed to win Esty over, even after Kiki called you out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Tell me about why Kiki hated you so much and how you got Esty to forget it.
Honestly, I didn't realize Kiki hated me so much. We were good, honestly, until that single point. I really did try to help her out. I do adore her. She was a part of my other alliance, and I knew right away that she was out with Mark, she was going to leave. So I did my work to try to get her off the block. But when she remained on the block after the POV ceremony, I knew the writing was on the wall for her, but I didn't realize she disliked me so much. With Esty, I think she just wanted to attach herself to a very good player. She didn't win too many comps to say, and I was winning. And honestly, when I was winning comps, she never crossed my mind of putting her up. I was going to be loyal to her as much as I could. I was trying to get her to top 5 with me and the Pretty Boys, and then maybe cut her at top 5. But
do you think, speaking of comps, that this season were the Pretty Boys just good at all the comps, or was everybody else so bad at the comps?
I think what we created is something special. I mean, we won 9 out of 13 HOHs and 7 out of 11 POVs. That's nothing to be, to be messing with. I think we changed the game. We formed an alliance day one, and usually alliances crumble. And we stuck strong to our word. We won a lot of comps. We did a lot of strategy. And I think we are all just very good at comps.
Amazing. Now, we're almost done. I want to find out, when Kira won that HOH, she sort of ruined this perfect Pretty Boy plan. How did you manage to save yourself? I mean, I was sitting there going, they have to get rid of this guy, and you managed to save yourself. How did you do it? Because I feel like that was the Dan Funeral Canadian version.
Yeah, right? I knew the only way I was going to leave the house if Kira put me and Anthony up. I knew I had Adam's vote because, Adam and Dane show. And no one knew, not even the Pretty Boys knew how close Anthony and I were. So when it was me and Mark on the block, I knew I was staying no matter what. Now looking back at it, Adam's probably kicking himself for keeping me. But at the at the time, we were brothers, and he really thought, we could go all the way together. But I knew I had Anthony's vote. I knew I had Adam's vote. And, I played the emotional card, and it worked.
You are a clutch player, Dane, okay? I feel like when it's 1 second left in the game and I have the ball, okay, and I have a clear shot, I'm not going to take the shot. I'm going to give it to Dane because that guy is money in the bank. What advice do you have for people that have to come through big in clutch time?
Yeah, I don't know. I got that experience playing hockey all my life. I love the pressure. I love in a do-or-die situation to try to rise to the occasion. honestly, you gotta just believe in yourself. That's the only thing you can do. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, and when push comes to shove, just honestly trust your gut.
Are you the leader of the Pretty Boys?
No one took sole leadership, or no one took the captaincy of the Pretty Boys. Adam was the comp beast. I was kind of in the middle. Anthony was the social guy, but I was definitely not the captain. Maybe give that title to Anthony or Adam.
Okay, my final question is this. There's a reason why I asked you if you were the leader of the Pretty Boys.
Okay.
I want to know, if I was in the house, do I have what it takes to join this Pretty Boy Alliance?
Man, you're pretty.
I think I could help you with puzzles, okay? The other stuff, the endurance and the running around, I don't know if I'm your guy. But the puzzles, I think I got you.
Right on. You know what? Me and Adam have your back. You're pretty enough to be a part of the Pretty Boys.
Amazing. Dane, thank you so much. Congrats so much.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy.